Tell you who's not getting any love at the moment. Wayne Barnes from South African fans. Goody, what'd you make of your best mate's performance over there in Marseille?
Lost his head.
Do you know what? I tweeted, and this is the thing, so I watched the game on Saturday, and I was behind. I was probably an hour and a half behind the actual live. So I'm watching it on Amazon Prime after I've got the kids to bed and had some food and all this stuff, and I've just flicked it on. I tweeted like half an hour into the game about how I thought Wayne Barnes, it's brilliant to see him refereeing the offside line. I'm saying I'm watching rugby at the minute, and a lot of refs aren't even looking at the offside line. You're seeing line speed, you're seeing teams that looked 3 or 4 yards offside. They're probably not 3 or 4, they're probably 1 or 2, and it does change the landscape in terms of attack. So I tweeted that, and then I just watched the rest of the game, and then I've gone back to my phone afterwards and saw the rest of the responses. They're like, what about the double movement? What about the forward pass? People going absolutely wild. So listen, it's tough when you send someone off that early, and the emotion in that stadium. And Marseille is a very particular place for noise and pressure. Yeah, he's obviously sent Peter Steph du Toit off early on, right call. Although I think there was a little bit of mitigation. I don't think he's deliberately tried to plough his head into Dante's face, but it's still the right call. He was actually pushed from behind, and one of the French lads had his hand on Dante's head, so he couldn't even move it, poor bloke. That's definitely a red card. Then you go to the next red card. I mean, you cannot send the king off, but you can when he does that.
That's one of the worst challenges I've seen. As accidental as it was, awful. Mate, he could have broke his neck.
I know, it's awful. In terms of how it looks, it's absolutely shocking. But in defence of Dupont, there's no intent there to do it, but still, that's irrelevant. You have to understand your surroundings. So he's gone 2 red cards. There's a lot of emotion in the stadium. You referee in South Africa, the most physical team in the world, and you're watching some of their clean-outs. You're like, my God. Ultimately, the pressure intensifies. There's a few calls. The try that they score to go ahead, is it a double movement? I think it is. Did they check it properly? Barnsley was just happy that he's in France. He knows he ain't getting out of Marseille alive if he doesn't give that try. You look at some of the other calls. I feel a bit sorry for Barnsley, because I think it was Christophe Ridley, his assistant referee, has given the forward pass against Villy Lepoux, who's not Villy Lepoux, he's Villy Leroux, and it was never forward. But that Barnsley can only go off what his assistant referee's telling him. So there are some calls, and we've seen Rassie go out wild on social media.
How funny. I don't know whether it's a good thing or not, but it is funny.
I can't work it out. Yeah, I mean, to look at it as a neutral, it is funny, but also there's a load of people going, this isn't rugby values, the poison that's being put around because of this. And I can't work out whether it's genius, whether it's stupid, whether it's coming across as comedy, or it's obviously to make a point without getting told off by World Rugby again because he's saying one thing and then showing the video.
But it is good to highlight. Do you not think, though, Goody? Like, as in, I'm watching that, right? And you've got to think that they've got access straight after the game. One thing, I mean, his social media game is like A+, A-star. What's better, A+ or A-star?
A-star.
A-star. Like, as in, it's like, and I say that because the videos are like HD quality. Do you know what I mean? They're so good. Like, they've not been just recorded. So someone's helping him.
Yeah, isn't it his mate Johan van Johan or whatever that guy was that was posting stuff?
Maybe. Yeah. But do you not think that kind of insight that we're getting, because the one that he put up about Faf de Klerk, so it was like the first minute of the game, Faf de Klerk makes a tackle on Dupont, gets pinged for being offside, and when you look at the clip, he ain't offside. Like, I thought he was offside because Barnsley's closer to the action than me. He's one of the best referees in the world. I actually quite like the fact that that's being highlighted. These are key moments, not only for him to justify his job with the South African Rugby Union in terms of if they do lose a load of games and they end up trying to change the coaches, but it's great insight. Like, I think it is great insight. Whether or not, Barnsley likes that, and I know we've had issues with Rassie and Nick Berry, which was probably very different to what we're seeing now. But the insight into that kind of things, because, I mean, I watched that game once. I'm not going to watch it again because I don't need to. We're talking about it now, and you're going forward to a World Cup, and these small things, which are going to turn into massive things, are the difference between winning a World Cup and not winning a World Cup. And this isn't to open Barnsley up at all. Like, it's not. Like, he's a go-at. I quite like the interaction, whether or not in Rassie's standing as a head coach of the world champions, he should be doing that. I'm not bothered. I quite like it. Hashtag grow the game and all that.
Pod.
Rugby pod.
This video is brought to you by Manscaped, the very best in men's below-the-belt grooming. They're offering all viewers of this video 20% off their entire product range and free worldwide shipping with the code RugbyPod. That includes the Lawnmower 4.0 package. So go and use the code RugbyPod at checkout at manscaped.com. Trust us, your balls will thank you, and we can make more videos like this.